The only problem is that these sheep are getting out, and usually when they get out, they don't come in. You don't let them out at all. So when they go out, firewood for both eucalyptus and blue gum. So this is the blue gum. Hello guys, welcome back to the channel. I'm coming live from Africa, in East Africa, Kenya, and I just want to invite you all. For the new subscribers, I'm so thankful for the support, as well as for the returning viewers. So I'm coming live. Let me call this our compound, because we've been calling it our kitchen garden, but also it's our compound to be. So I think from today I'll be calling it our compound, since the house is almost complete. Because if you've done the roof, you've done a very huge part of building a house. So this is our compound, and I was just looking around, and one of the things, all flowers that because my mom planted actually all of the flowers. She's the one, maybe if my dad is around, he's the one who always help her. And they planted this bamboo tree, and you know, there are two of them, one on this side and one on the other side. They look really nice, well shaped. And one of the things that I noticed, because while we were younger than am I now, when we used to play in the compound, my grandfather's compound, we used to see when they're planting trees, they used to plant with tires, used tires, whether for cars or for tractors. And nowadays I'm no longer seeing them, because I think the soil has already they are deep in the soil. But long time ago I used to see them, and I'm seeing that's what my parents have done. They've placed two tires, this one and one on the other side, which makes it even more cool. It's really nice to see. Just look at it. So these are the used tires for the tractor. There are some still that they are not most of them are destroyed. They can't really work. They are not that destroyed. The problem is you can't use them. You can't put them on a tractor and use them, because some of them are having splits. Yeah, so there are two. This is the other one. This place used to be our kitchen garden. Not 2 years ago, the place was having a lot of kales. Nowadays I'm seeing because we are almost making the compound, we are not planting them as much as we used to. And you see, these are some which tree is this? Palm tree. Yes, this is some palm tree. And I think also my uncle has them in his compound. Yeah. So on this side, because of the season, it's we are having a lot of sun. But today mostly I'm seeing it's really windy. Seeing most winds, the trees are shedding leaves, a lot of leaves. If you could have swept in the morning, by now there couldn't be any difference, because most leaves are falling, most of them. But that contributes mostly because of the season. And yeah, and also there was one of the supporters was asking me maybe if one day we could do any business. And I mentioned, you know, we usually have some calves, some young calves that we've been wanting for the longest time to keep livestock, especially the dairy ones. And you know, because if you go for a big cow, a dairy cow, it's usually expensive. So most people prefer to go for the calves. it's always better even to upgrade. They say upgrade because if your cow is a crossbreed and you want a pure breed, you can go for a pure breed so that they can serve the best breed out of it. So I think also my dad, I think acquired some cow, I mean, and I think in the next few, I think a month at most, she will be delivering. Yeah. So if you want to upgrade your calf, so let's say for the example that the cow you've seen, if the calf grows one day, you can choose to take her to a crossbreed, because since this one is local, you can take it here to a crossbreed or a pure breed. Then if the child grows, you take the child to a pure breed, like that. You go up, not down. Then at the end of it all, you can have a very good dairy cow cheaply. Yeah, so over here it's sunny, very sunny. Most leaves have fallen in the compound considering the number of trees. So that's why I was saying if you could have swept in the morning, by now there could be, see some leaves are grazing. No, some leaves have fallen while the calves are grazing. Just some calves and a couple of sheep. Yeah, so since I said this period is usually dry, we've tried collecting timber for our grandma. You know, usually my grandma stays with her help. So for the hard tasks like collecting timber for use, because my grandma either uses the firewood, the charcoal, or the gas. So when there are visitors, mainly visitors, we usually tend to use firewoods because they make the work done fast. Yes, and most people are even used to it. Most of my grandma, this is what they were using while they were still young. So these are firewood for both eucalyptus and blue gum. So this is the blue gum, and this one over here is the eucalyptus. And we used them while we were collecting timber for the roofing. So the parts that remain, the branches that couldn't form timber, were left. Like this one you see, like this one is one of them. So this one is a very, if you split it, it really makes good firewood. So we're taking the advantage also because of the period. If you are collecting timber, obviously it will be so dry. So if you wait for the rainy season, collecting timber is usually hard, very hard. So you can collect them like this a lot, because I'm seeing there are some also still remaining. Collect them, sun dry them for like 2, 3, 4 days, then store them. Yeah, so that's what my other cousins have also been doing since morning. There are still some remaining, like these ones. Because we were collecting timber outside the gate, we decided to put them in the compound so that we can cut them anytime we want. Because if you leave them outside the compound, people might assume that you've left them there, and they might use them when you really wanted to use them. So that's why we place them somewhere safe. Then that's why we are splitting them slowly by slowly. There's still a lot. Actually, there's a lot because we cut like I think 8 trees, 4. So we are collecting, because we had already used the timber. We are now collecting firewood and offsets. Offsets are the barks of the trees that usually remain after you cut timber. So for example, like this one. So initially they were here, but we've already removed them. So for example, these ones are the ones called offset. You can use them for making houses for chickens, or even for make a kennel. Yeah, so today it's so windy. I hope it rains, because usually most people say that when it's windy in the neighboring villages, it's raining. So the winds are coming, extending to these other communities. But I hope it rains, because it's been really shining. Not too much shine, but since the year began, it's just been very sunny. And also, let me go and also check, because I planted some whistling pine tree, and I've been watering them. I planted a lot of them. So I planted them in my uncle's place, because that's the place I can easily check them any time of the day and also any time of the night. And it's the best place, because the place that you make the seed bed, it's usually people prefer places that you've burnt charcoal. So when you burn charcoal, I think the soil there is usually good for putting a tree nursery. So that's why I preferred at my uncle's place. And let's see the progress today, if they are really coming out of the soil. So this is the place, this is the nursery with the bucket I usually collect water with. And I planted a lot, and I'm seeing they're starting to come out of the soil. See those tiny parts, like this one. Those tiny, you can imagine that will one day grow to become a very big tree. A tree that you can't even hug alone. Maybe if you have 5 people, that small tree you're seeing there. So I'm seeing they're growing. There are some on this part. I planted a lot, because I knew I was having seeds. I planted them a lot because I knew maybe there are some that maybe wouldn't come out. So if you plant a lot, there's a chance that if they don't grow all of them, some will grow, and you'll have at least a better number. But if you plant very few of them, you reduce the number that will come out. So that's why I really planted a lot. I don't know whether I'll plant them by myself, but my calculation is that because we are in this is the harvesting season, and they're in the seed bed, I can not really afford, but manage to water them easily. And I'm hoping by the time they grow on a height that can be planted, that time will be all during the planting season. So I'll plant them with the rain, so I don't want to disturb myself to water them daily, because there are so many. Yeah, so let's pray maybe it goes well, and also plant as many trees as possible, different types, not only the indigenous ones, but also the ones for timber. Are those the indigenous ones? I really don't know. Yeah, timber and firewood, because there are some trees for timber, some for timber and firewood. Yes, so I think guys, I'm at my at our place, and today marks I think almost like 4 days since we were done with the roofing. It really looks very nice, especially the color, very nice. And while the guys were doing the roofing, there's one thing I was so concerned about. The first one was you see the wall pass you're seeing, it has come down below the lintel, and my concern was how they were gonna remove now this part. See, this part has stones, while this part has bricks. So for this part, you can do plastering, and nobody will see the wall pass. But for in case for this case, I mean this part you're seeing, you can't plaster stone. Are you guys seeing this? So I was asking them how they will do. Then the guy that was doing the roofing told me the people that usually do plastering knows how to deal with them. So I'm waiting to see, because we build the house with bricks, especially the partitioning. We used a lot of bricks to do, and while the outer wall we use stones. We decided to use bricks for the partitioning because it doesn't take space. It's really slim compared to the stones, so it doesn't eat the space in the rooms. There are also some stones specifically meant for partitioning. Yeah, so you can either choose to go for them, or you can make your bricks by yourself, and you can even buy. But for us, we went for the cheapest option, which was bricks, and we made them just in the compound. There are a few of them still left, which also will be used again later, but just a few. So this wall pass, guys, I'm waiting to see how it goes, because we are planning to do the walls, the parts of the house that we've done with the stones. We are planning to do the key lining, while the parts that were built using the bricks will do plastering. So this part, I'm waiting to see how the wall pass will come out. Wall pass is this metal. That's the wall pass. I never knew wall pass had so many views like that on a house, because for this case the wall pass is holding the roof, because there's this timber. See that timber up there that the wall pass is holding. So generally it's holding the roof all over the house, all around. Yes, so this is how this place looks. Let me just see from outside. Very big window. This one is a very big window. This window is so nice. It can bring fresh air, since our front veranda is an open veranda. So and even the door is big. Both the door, the main door entrance, and the window, both of them are big. So let's say, for example, it's a hot day, you can open all the windows and just sit inside the house, or you can come outside on the veranda and just relax. It's an open kitchen, no, open veranda. Yeah. And there was also one guy who said, I don't know if it's a guy, but he said it's good we have preferred the open veranda compared to the closed one, because that closed one usually people close with metals. For her, she was saying that it reminds her of a prison, something like that. So she's saying people from, I don't know, it was somehow a cultural thing, but that's what he said in general. And we only done the front open, then the back one at the back, because at the back of the house there's a kitchen with a closed veranda. It will be just, it's the same like this but closed. So I think we've done a combination of both closed and open veranda. So this one is not yet complete, but once it's complete, we'll have some gates over here. I don't know which color it will be painted, but I like white, so I hope they paint it white, just like the pesa board. Yes. So this is how it looks. It's really nice, really nice. And also, you know, we tried collecting some waste materials that were all around the house. In case you didn't notice, it's really clean, with the exception of some few timber. these ones that I think we'll remove. Those ones were the easier part. The other part, which was the iron sheets that were all over, we collected. If you look all around the house, is clean, neat, free from any dangerous object, maybe like nails and iron sheets that were cut. Really clean. Yeah. So guys, this is our dream house to be. Actually, it's already a house. It's already a house. Yeah. So, and also we've because I said earlier that we are planning to use some of the bricks. These are the plain sheets. So we usually cover them with plain sheet and a capera. A capera is something like a sack. It's like yes. So we use them. Caperas, how do I explain caperas? Caperas are like a piece of material like sack that you cover, so that if it rains, it doesn't damage it that much. People usually use it to sun dry maize on field, even rice, beans, many cereals, I mean. So we removed the capera and we were left with the plain sheet. And since it's the sunny period, it's a lot of sun, we can also dry them, let them dry as time goes. The plain sheet, we use them to make the pillars. See how our pillars are well made, round, not oversized, not undersized. They are not big and also they are not that small. They are according to the size of the house. They are really, maybe one day we'll reuse them because they are still here in perfect shape. Yeah, so we'll allow our bricks to further dry up. Yes. And also, while the guys were doing the road, because they had to dig deep and remove the soil, the topsoil, because they wanted to put gravel, so they have to remove the soil. And in some places there were very nice soil that clay soil. Yes, clay soil that can be used to make even bricks. You can place on farms. They are really fertile, by the way. You can put them on farms. But for us, we chose. Let us take a few, then put it somewhere that maybe later on we can use for making bricks. So look at how the road is so smooth, very smooth. And I'm seeing children are coming out of school. It's a lunch break now. We studied in the same primary school maybe 10 years ago, 10-15 years ago. Yeah. So we are school. Eh? We do go school because we your grade. Yeah? I want me to take bag. Long getting. Yeah, so they are from school. We studied in the same school. Usually during lunchtime, people come out of school, go home, have a meal. I think the break is like for an hour. So the road is still dusty. So during lunch break, you go home for I think 1 hour 30 minutes, then come back in the evening around 2 by 2, yes, by 2. Because lunch break is around 12:30, 12:40, something like that. So only one of them is going to come back from lunch break. So from grade 1 to 3 they go home and they don't come back during lunch for the afternoon classes, while for I think grade 4 and above they come back. Yeah, so the soil, I think these are gravels. So they've been putting gravels ever since. It's dusty. Yeah, so these are gravels. They've been placing them ever since they dug out the topsoil from the road. And they've started placing berms on it. So maybe by the end of February, we'll be having a very nice tarmac road over here. Yeah, so the soil that I was talking about for bricks, we told the guys to place them over here so that maybe later we can use them. Really nice soil. This one were almost 5 tippers of soil. There are so many. Maybe later on we'll have some use for them. We wanted to place them on the farm, but there were still, we hadn't really harvested and they're still on the farm. If you look at the maize, it's really dry. We should start harvesting. Most people have already started. So, because if you leave them on the farm for too long, when the rains come, they rot. The maize starts to rot. Yeah, so it's so dry. Yeah, so I've just taken you guys to our farm. Our farm to be, not our farm. Down there, I'm planning to plant trees. Maybe I'll again walk you down there to not that big forest, but a small forest where we have some eucalyptus trees. They were initially there since almost 20 years ago, but the last time we planted trees, people usually call it reforestation, was in 2019. That's like 6 years ago. So we only planted eucalyptus trees. Most of them are big. Eucalyptus trees, if you give them 10 years to 15, they usually become big trees. So those ones have like 12 years to go, or maybe 10. Then they can be really mature. You know, eucalyptus trees grow very fast. Best trees to plant, though they usually require a lot of water. So if you are planning to plant them in your compound, it's not advisable. Your compound will only remain dry for the most part of the year. Yeah, so I'm back home. Still windy, but cool because of the trees. So I'm back. Our house really looks nice, guys. I'm waiting for the key lining. The guys did a very nice job. You might think we are done with the key lining, but we are not. So once we are done, I know it will really look nice. Nicer than the way it is, because you have to do the key lining and brush it just to remove this mortar. The mortar's on the stone, so you brush the stone very well. They usually brush that are meant for that specific purpose. It really looks nice. Can you also, guys, remember there's a tree I planted? It's a hardwood tree, and hardwoods usually grow for a longer time. And I think I planted them hid, or how do you refer to a tree? I planted it last year, And the reason why I planted this tree is because it's a hardwood, and the timber from it is it's really good. It can make a ship, because if you cut the tree and you put the piece of tree that you've cut in water, the longer it sucks in water, or the more it sucks, the more it gets hard. So that's the reason why I planted it. And we have a very big one in the compound, and I'm seeing that when they grow up, they usually have very big trunks. The tree you're seeing, it's really doing well. I usually water it, you see the ground is a little bit wet. I water it every day in the evening only in the evening, and it's a very nice tree. And I just don't know the name, but maybe as time goes by I'll keep on researching and I'll know it. But for now, I'm gonna plant, as I've said, another different type of tree, because not long ago we were planting eucalyptus. I've never really planted a blue gum, but that's because I think we have a lot of them in the compound, so there's no reason to plant more. That's why I keep on changing into different type. But one day I'll majorly be planting trees that produce flowers, because if you have a tree in the compound that produces flower, for example like this tree, it the scent from it makes the compound smells nice. See this tree with some yellow flowers. The only problem is that these sheep are getting out, and usually when they get out, they don't come in. So you have to, you don't let them out at all. So when they go out, they'll keep running with you around the village. If you are one person, you can't manage, so they'll run with you on the farms, on the road. So that's why you don't let them out. If they get out, you can't bring them back one person. You must be two people. Yeah, so I think that flower, that tree is also this one. The only bad thing of it is that it shades. You see this one? Birds really love it, and even bees. So when birds come to suck nectar, they fall. If you look at down here, you see some of them are falling. So that's the bad side of it. Birds usually come here almost every morning, and even throughout the day, just to suck nectar. And also bees, because our aunt loves bees, so she has kept many beehives and even constructed a house for them. So sometimes if you come under this tree, you will find 1, 2, 3 or 4, 5 bees. They're not usually many, just a few. Yeah, so the tree usually makes the compound smell good. So those are the trees I'll maybe one day also plant. Yes, because you can't only plant trees, only timber for trees meant for timber or firewood every time. You have to at least mix. Yes, and the compound will be even better, and more scent will be. Yeah, so I'm just at home, just chilling, enjoying the nature in the village, because we've just begun the year, and if you're beginning the year strong, that's the way forward. Yes, so this is, and we only have 2 trees for fruits in the compound. We have a couple trees meant for flowers, others are for shade, and three, because we have avocado tree, we have a mango tree, and we have a guava tree. But today I want to talk about this avocado tree. You see how this tree has a lot of leaves, and it's almost it's around 3 in the evening, and our avocado tree in the compound has really fallen some leaves around it, you see. So you have to keep on a daily basis, just sweep to make the compound clean. I think that's also one of the ways of maintaining a home. So the bigger the home, the more work needed. So, and you know, this tree doesn't produce a lot of avocado tree. We have two, so there's one next to our that tree over here. There, it's an avocado tree too, but it produces a lot of avocados, even bigger ones. But this one, it doesn't produce a lot of. Actually, I've never tasted the avocado from it, but for the leaves, it's the #1 producer of leaves. Keep falling leaves everywhere in the compound. So I'm seeing the weather's really changed. Yesterday it also changed like this, but it never rained. If you look up, it's the sky is dark a little bit. I doubt it will rain. Maybe it's raining at the moment in some neighboring communities, but over here I doubt if it will rain, because even for yesterday it behaved like this, but it never rained. But it's understandable. It's the season. If it rains, we'll be having some good luck of it out of it. But as I mentioned earlier, because this time people are harvesting, if it rains and maybe your harvest is dry already in the compound, it might pose a problem, because if it's maize, as I've said, it will start rotting. So I think for the periods, it's better for the periods also. If it's the rainy season, let it stick to the rain. If it's the sunny season, it should stick to the sun, because you know also people need the sun to sun dry. Over here in the village, most people just sun dry cereals. So I think the sun is also crucial, and it's also playing a very big part, yeah, for the people in the village, because you know in the village there's not so much to live by. It's a very simple lifestyle, very simple patterns, majorly controlled by the seasons. If it's the rainy season, people plant. If it's the sunny season, people harvest. Yes, so majorly the seasons, I think even everywhere, seasons control how people live. Yes, so I hope it rains. It will be so nice, so nice. The sky is almost dark. Yes, so that's how it is over here. Just quiet place, green. I'd say it's green. Quiet place to chill and relax. If you are having a bad day, I think this is one of the places to be. And also if you are having a good day, this is also one of the places to be. It can really relax you and get a lot out of your mind. So it seems like it's raining, because I can feel the raindrops. So I think today it's gonna be a blessing, because you know it's been really dusty, especially the road, and we live just next to the road. So if it rains, the dust will be able to go away. And also, you know, since we were done with the roof, it has never rained. Because if I look even if I look up there, I'm seeing some pieces of dust and sand particles. So, and that has been like, I think we did the roofing 4 days. 4 days, yes, since the last time. So you can imagine 4 days without rain. I know in some places it's worse. That's why I say if it case it rains, it will be a blessing to us over here, and at least we'll not suffer for lack of water. Because I remember some few months back, especially while we were building the lintel, we were having troubles of water. We were even forced to go to the river just to get some water on a daily basis. And I can remember we were using like 500 liters of water in a day. Yeah, so if it rains, the better. And I'd love to end my video for today. It's been a very nice chat with you guys. So if you are if it's at night, wherever you are, good night. If it's in the morning, good morning. Take care of yourself, and let's meet in my next video. Bye bye.